Okay, so we're going to go and create a website here. We're going to go up to websites right over here, and we're going to go over here and create a new website. And somebody says that they want to have a travel website. So we're going to go through the thousands of sites that we have here, and we're going to do a travel consultant. Right, so this is what it looks like right here. It's going to pop up. So that's a pretty good one. So let's go and continue, and we'll add this in. And as you can see right down through here, I have all kinds of other websites that I've added in here. So it's loading the template in here. And once it loads, it'll have all kinds of different pages. And then we can go ahead and manipulate the pages and customize them to whatever we want. That's where we're also going to plug in the domain name too, and that's another thing altogether. And of course you need a domain name to make the website visible. So here's the website template that we're working on, and here's all the functionality in the whole thing. So let's go back up here to the top. So here's some layers, right? Here's the page, and here are all the parts of the page, right? So if you notice, it clicks on the header. So this is the header right here. So then it goes to the banner. This is the banner area right here, the whole thing. And then it goes to this section. And then, of course, it goes to that section and that section. And if you can see that, it highlights each section as you go down the line. And it goes to that button. And then first column, which is down right there. So then we're going to go down here to this area. I'm sorry, wait a minute. It's at this area. And then we're also going to go down here to services. And all we're going to do is we're going to go through and look all this stuff, right? So we can also have a pop-up. Pop-ups are great for when somebody wants to leave, and it pops up before they leave to give them something or ask them for their email address, so you can put it into your contacts, so you can eventually send them an email and maybe get them as a customer down the road. Not now, maybe later. So let's go back up here. So let's go to the main page. So we're going to go back up to the top here. Alright, so let's get rid of that. And right in here, here's all the pages. Contact, and this is going to go to each page. So this is Contact Us page, where you set up a contact form. It says we don't have any forms here, so let's add a form. So I'm going to click on this, and we go over here, and it's going to say Edit Form. Alright, now I have some forms here already, and I'm not sure what's going to come up. Let's see if we can maybe just add a new quick form. And this is how we manipulate and generate the website template to make it functional for our purpose. Alright, where are you here? It doesn't want to work. Alright, fine. Well, and let's no, that's not right. Let's go back. No, that's not going to work either. Yeah, here it is. We're just going to get back out of here and come back up here and kind of fix it all up again here for you. Trying to adjust the recording area. So we're going to go click on that and edit forms. So you don't have any forms here. I have forms, but it's in another area altogether. So it's not allowing me to do that. I'd have to go into forms. I'd have to show you that. That's a different section. Alright, so schedule a call. This we can connect, schedule a call, a calendar. And I have calendars built in already, so let's just say onboarding calendar, right? And these are my calendars already set up in BizUp, but this is just a for instance. This is showing you what we set up on the calendar. So the people go to these dates, and then they can select the time where they can schedule a call with you, a Zoom call, or just a phone call, or a person-to-person call, talk to, or consultation, whatever you want to call it, they can set up a schedule with you right here. Okay, so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to save this because I'm going to leave that in there. Right, and this is the SEO that goes with the page. The SEO is your title. So let's go, I'm just going to name this something arbitrary, I don't know. Travel with Derek. Yeah, I like that. And see how we keep the characters under 70, and the title, domain name are unique, and then we can go to description, and I'm just going to go and copy and paste and put this puppy in here. And then we can go with keywords. We can put the same thing in here. Of course, we want to try to make it different, you know, but we'll put Derek in here as the author. And then we can go social image, and we can put in any image we want. Let's go put one in just because we're talking about it. Let me go here. So we double click that and it automatically puts it in there. Links and tags, etc., etc. You can change the language of the website itself, but this isn't necessarily needed because, and then we're going to update, because when you see a website visible when you're using it, some type of browser, you can usually go to the top of the browser and you can actually have Google or the browser translate the whole website automatically within seconds. But you can, of course, if you wanted to do that, you can go ahead and go back down here and you can change the language, let's say to Spanish. Okay, so different kinds of Spanish, of course. Argentinian, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Mexico. Let's go Mexico Spanish, all right? So we're going to save that. And of course, it doesn't do it in here yet, but when it comes up and publishes, I'm going to go up and save this again. And then when it goes up and publishes, it might put that into a different language. I'm not sure. I've never really done that much. That's a multi-purpose page. We can go ahead and add an image right here, and this is where the image is, and we'll go back in here and we'll just select an arbitrary image here. Let's put this guy in here just to put something in there. That's not really what we want to do. Let's put in a travel. Let's put in a travel picture. And when we look, we're looking in my media that I've already got. But we can go and say search in Pixabay, and we can go ahead and try to select something that might be, let's use this right here. And it's fuzzy right here. But once you select the picture itself, it actually comes in nice and clear. So we're going to go ahead and just save that. And very well creating. I don't know what that was doing when it didn't come into error there. Okay. So let's go down here and we can go ahead and change all this right here. So we're going to put in, let's see, copyright 2024 travel with Derek. And if we have a .com domain name, we could put that in there, and I'm just throwing that in there for ha-has. Yeah, and we'll just take this out, and there you go. So that's your footer down here. And you can put in a subscribe to newsletter. We'll throw that in here. No, it's not going to allow me to put anything in there because, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let's go ahead and contact form. So put a contact form in there that they can actually subscribe to your newsletter real quick. And we can go into this. And if you have a Facebook page, an Instagram, a Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube channel, TikTok, you go ahead and plug these in, add them in here, and we can just we'll just add mine in here real quick here. This probably isn't the right link, but we're gonna put this in here for ha-has just to show you how it works. New window, Facebook. We don't want a no follow because that means it won't go. the search engines will not follow this link, and you really want it to, because it's really good to have a backlink to your website, and this is virtually a backlink. So we're going to head that. So we got that. So we're going to save that and save global setting. And what it means by a global setting, this right here, this footer right here, is going to be on every page, meaning it's going to be globally in your website network. So it's going to be on every page. So let's go to another page, the thank you page. Okay, thank you, la la. And I forgot to go down here and show you this. Actually, that might be up here. We'll get to that in a second here. Link in bio. This is a bio setup. You know, this is something that people could see with your mobile app. And right up here, you can go and this is desktop, and you can also view it in mobile. So this is how it would look in mobile, and then desktop. So let's go back to one of these other pages. Let's go back to the home page, and we see how it looks on the desktop, but we switch it to mobile, and this is how it would look in mobile. And here's your menu right there, and it'll bring it to each page. It won't do you now because it doesn't have the functionality in here. And click on free guide. So we click on this, and this is a little adjustment bar where we can go over and click on this here, and you go over to the right, and you can customize all of this stuff over here. For instance, let's customize the text color just to show you what we could do. See how it's just turned white over here? So we just turned it white. Let's turn it back to black, you know, but that's just showing you what we can do, etc. So we can also change this, claim your free guide, claim your free travel, wrong one, Roger, here. Free travel with Derek guide. It'd be nice if you'd spell it right. Alright, Derek guide. And notice how it came up over here as far as whatever change we just made. Alright, and you can also make this go someplace. And this is a button. This is a button right here, and what we're doing right here is we're manipulating the button. This is actually, see the button right here? We're manipulating this button to do what we want it to do. And we can adjust it whatever we want, but I'm trying to show you real quick. So it's going to go to a page if we say that. But we can have it go to a website, scroll to an element, go to a page that's on your website already. So we can have it go to a thank you page, or schedule a call, or we can do a call, an SMS, an email address, or a membership page. You know, so there's many different things we can do. Let's send it to a website URL right now. No, let's just send it to a page right now, just because we're talking. And let's say schedule a call. And we can go back up here and we can change that with schedule a call with Derek. Alright, so we can change this to anything we want. I'm just kind of trying to show you that we can manipulate it whatever way we want. Alright, so now we click on that again, and it says schedule, and it comes over here again, and we're going to go to page, schedule the page, schedule a call. Okay, so we can also do down here, claim your free guide. So we don't have to have, we could do it both, or we could, you know, just add that. And then we have services, and if you notice, again, this is everything that is on the desktop. Right? Let's switch back to the desktop. So, see, it's all right there? Everything's right there. Alright, so now we're just going to go back to mobile, and that's exactly what we have here. Same thing, just in mobile aptitude. And then here's your global settings of the Facebook. So we'll go back over here to Facebook, and we'll look at this and see the address is still here. Alright, now if we want to open it up into a different window, which actually is nice because of the fact that when you open up into a new window, that means that they've opened up another tab. So your website is also in the other tab still opened, and this other one just opened into a new window. So you didn't lose them, they're still there. Or you can open them up into a current window, which is the exact window that's going to open up in the website. So you're going to actually venture away from the website that you're on, your website, and this is what your customers are going to do. And of course, no follow in the hyperlink, but we want them to follow that because it's actually good for the search engines when the spiders are indexing your site. All right, so back down here again. So everything's right here. This is another global setting that we already changed, and so that's it right there. And this global setting right here, we can go back over here to the right again, and we can manipulate this. And we're not going to play with that too much. I'm just trying to give you the general idea of what's going on. So let's go back to the text over here. I think we're at our last page. Yeah. So so let's save changes. Let's go back over here. Okay. So now we have all this stuff. Now this is a website address. It's currently right there right now. Right? So let's look at this. This is live right now. Alright, nothing there, we can't find anything, but we can actually go ahead and look at this stuff, right? Now, if you notice, this is set up in a different language. I'm not sure what it is, but we can go ahead and change this because what we're trying to do is we're going to answer this question, right? How can I book a tour? How can I book a tour with Derek? And then you probably send them to a schedule a call with Derek type of thing. What's included in the tour packages? Again, it's in a different language, which we're going to have to go back and manipulate back over there where we are doing the addressing of the website itself, and so forth. We can actually add a logo here. We can put stuff in here. We're not going to get into that now, but consent to receive SMS notifications, alerts, occasional marketing communications from this company, and we can of course change any of this text anytime we want. And this is giving us consent right here. This is consenting, allowing us to send them a text message, and you have to have their consent to legally send them a text message. So you have to keep that in mind when you want to market to them eventually. And when you collect their information, you start a database. When you start the database, it gives you, and then you get your consent, it gives you the capability and the legal aspect covered for you to market to them eventually down the road. So schedule a meeting. So we can click on that, and it goes right to the book a consultation, and this is the calendar that we set up earlier. And of course, this can be customized to be your calendar, not mine. That's a for instance calendar. That's just showing you what we got, and so on and so forth. So now we're going to go back because we're out of that. We don't want to look at the, let me show you one more thing here. So these links up here, right, here's our services. Alright, get off my computer now. Cut it out. Get off there. So we're going to hit contact us. You're not going to let me do this? You little stinking rotten behind of a you-know-what. Okay. It allowed me to go to above us. About us. Okay. So here's one of the pages. Here's, no, that's not the, but here's all the other stuff. And we can go ahead and put that menu up here about us. Let's see if we can go to services. See if they'll allow us to do that. Alright, I need to drop this down here. And alright, that's not nice. Come on, you need to work with me here. Alright, well, we'll work at it a different way then, huh? Alright, come on, help me. You stinker. Nothing wants to work right now. That's why. You gotta exit out of that crap. That was that pop-up right there. Alright, so let's go to services. Alright, so here's our services page. And again, here's your header, which stays pretty much the same all the way around if you notice. Claim our free guide, let's see where that goes. And here's our pop-up, so we can actually have them schedule a call or do whatever we want. Have them go someplace, sell them something, give them a book, and collect their email and their information for giving them a book. You know, it's I give you something, you give me something in return. That's kind of how it works. So we're back about us here. Let's go to services again, so we can go read more, and that should bring us back to someplace else. We don't have these buttons set up yet, and we'd have to go back and manipulate them and set them up. Claim your free guide, that goes up to the pop-up, and subscribe to the newsletter. We didn't set up anything there, but this gives you the general idea of what we're doing here. And that's all we're trying to accomplish. That's all I'm trying to do, is trying to show you how easy this is to do this. Alright, so I need to go back and go back and go back to this page. Okay, so that was it, yeah. So now let's go ahead and decide what we're going to do about the domain name. So I'm going to click on this right here, and I'm going to connect the domain name. Well, do I have a domain name in here? Yes, right here. But I've already got this set up on another website. So what we want to do is add or edit domains. Okay, so now we're going to go back in and see what we can do as far as add a domain. Right, so add a domain. So let's go to add a domain, but we don't have a domain. But if we did, we'd be able to add it in here. So I'm going to give you a for instance. Oh, by the way, let me see if I type this right here. HTTPS right here is something that is very common on all addresses. And I'm going to have to bring this down again here. But if you see this right here, oh, you can't see that, can you? Let's go back up here. So if you see this right here, that's HTTPS, right? Same one there, right there. So that's just showing you that it's very common on everything. So I'm going to go ahead and add a domain in here. So let's add a domain. I was there a second ago, but it doesn't want me to do that, so I need to go back again. Okay, so I'm going to add a domain, and HTTPS : / and then I'm going to add one of my other domain names in here, holdma.com. Okay. Now, do you want to add this also without the www right up here? See that? You can do it. You want it. So if somebody doesn't type the www in there, if they just type holdma.com in there, then it works. Okay? So now it's going to go ahead and find out where your domain is located. Like if it's on GoDaddy, if you bought the domain name on GoDaddy already, it's going to find out where it is. And now it's going to tell you what you need to do. You need to add these into the domain name where you just registered it. Okay? So now let's go to GoDaddy. So now we are going to go into GoDaddy, and so let's go ahead and go travelwithderek.com. Right? So now it's going to search for everything in here. And so travelwithderek.com is already taken. If you notice this is already taken. And this means if a broker's involved, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to get this domain name. So if that's the exact domain name you want, you might have a problem. But a great alternative right over here is Travel Derek, right? So let's go down here and see if we can find something different. .com is actually a commercial ending, and that's really what you want. So .com is really popular, and that's the most common. So staying with the .com is better for you. Travels with Derek. See, now that's not a bad one right there. Right? So let's say, okay, I like that one. Right? So, and then we can go with this. See, it's got info online.com, but that's, it's a hyphen in there. It doesn't look right. Travel with Derek.co. This extension right here is becoming very common because .com is getting hard to get. So, Travel with Derek AI. Now, if your website is set up as AI, okay. But it's also going to cost you $54 a year. So, let's not get into that. Travel with Derek, travel, too long. Learn with Derek, okay, we can do that too. But if you notice, there's a lot of scenarios that you can be using and a lot of different variables. But it has a lot to do with what is the website that you're building, right? So if my keywords are, let's say, travel, right? So we're just going to go in and search for travel, right? And travel is the main keyword for the domain name, right? So what travel, right? And this is what you have to determine. What is a really good thing to look at as far as how popular it is when people are searching for stuff online. And that's a different thing altogether, and we're not going to get into that now because that's a lot of stuff, and that's keyword research is a totally different thing to learn, and we're not going to get into that right now. But if you notice, a lot of these things really have long addresses. Rentals. See this, $1,000 for that. Travel bet, $800. Etc. So we can go over here and spend a lot of money, but a lot of these extensions are really long and not really good. This one wants $3,200. Travel real estate, travel equipment, travel limo. The point is there's a lot of different things you can do, but the most common one that you really want to stick with is a .com, right? So I'm going to go back up here. Now, I've already searched for other websites from before, and I found a couple websites that I wanted to buy earlier on a different thing altogether. And what I like to do is I like to drop these. I like to go and search and do what we just did and save them and put them in my cart, my cart over here. So I'll slap a whole bunch of them in my cart, and then I'll come back and look at them, right? But I like to drop it down to 1 year, because this say 1 year, 1 cent only for the first year with a 3-year term. Well, if I go back up to here and I put 3 years in there, see it's $12 right here before I switch. It's going to automatically do it. So that's $43 for 3 years, which is actually pretty cheap, which is good, because you're going to go back over here and you see it renews at $65 after it expires in 3 years, 4 years. So let's go back to 1 year, right? And it's going to switch automatically over here. So it's back to $12. So next year it's going to cost me $22 to renew this web address. All right, so I'm going to go back down here, and I'm going to switch this to 1 year. See, it's $95 for 3 years. And then I'm going to come back down here, and I'm going to, yeah. Okay, so I got what I want. So Wings and More now is okay. Wingsandmore.co is more of what the customers, the client's website address is right now, but it's shorter and actually nicer. But the CO is not a .com, but it's so close it's ridiculous. So I'm going to get rid of this, because I don't necessarily want this, because it's a store and it's kind of a silly domain name. All right, so I'm going to delete that. So I just deleted that. And Wings and More now, I don't know. I only picked that because it looked okay at the time. Okay, so I got rid of all that, and now I have this one address right here. So I can go ahead and buy this right now, but just for showing your sake, I'm going to go into my account now because I have other domain names in there. And I'm going to show you what we need to do to go ahead and, alright, be nice. So I'm going to go into my domain name list, and I have a variable amount of domain names, and this was in my new one right here. So let's pick a domain name. Let's pick pfit, alright? And this shows you when they delete over here. So, okay, so I'm going to take pfit, right? So let's click on pfit. Okay, so remember when we went over here, and we had this, where this is set up. Now we need to add these things, but we're going to go back for a minute, and we're going to add this other website. Okay, so we're going to take, just put pfit.com. Okay, now if you notice down here, it's going to ask me if I want to put www.pfit.com, and of course I want to. So let's go back here and check that name. So it's pfit.com. Okay, so we're going to say, okay, yes. So we're going to go ahead, and now it's going to give us the setup parameters to go back into, okay, so it's set up on Cloudflare. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to authorize that through that. I didn't know that was set up on Cloudflare. That's okay, because I'm going to go ahead and select another domain name that's not set up on Cloudflare. I didn't know that was set up on Cloudflare. Wait a minute. DNS, my DNS records, my forwarding, my name servers, my names. Oh, it is on Cloudflare. Oh, well, how rude is that? I didn't know that. Let's go see if we can pick another one that's not on, let's pick this one. That's not on Cloudflare. Let's see what we got here. Your domain name is hot. Ooh. Alright, so this one I can change. Alright, so rogerspolls.com. So we're going to go back over here, and we're going to play this manipulating game back and forth. So I'm going to put this right in here right now. And we need to put the HTTPS in here. Alright, so now we're going to go say that. And let's get rid of this Cloudflare while I'm waiting. Okay, so this is on GoDaddy. That's where it is right now. And that's great. So now we want to authorize that domain name. Now it's going to pop into my GoDaddy account, which I've already logged into. See, I'm logged into it already. So now it's going to connect my domain name using a lead connector, which is involved in GoHighLevel. And we need to change the A record and the C name record in order to point the domain name to the website address to make the website live online. Okay, so we're going to connect domain name and change the domain's records. Okay, so let's connect. So this is going to automatically do some of this stuff. See, it's now connecting to lead connector, right? Is now connected to lead connector. Okay, so we're going to close this. So DNS records could require up to 30 seconds to change. If not acknowledged, please retry. So it's authorizing over here. So let's give it a couple minutes and see what happens. So you're going to remember, now we're back over here in GoDaddy where it's changing these records. It's adding these records. So it's changing these DNS records. See this stuff right here? It's changing this stuff right now. It's automatically putting it in here. I'm not sure. No, that's Cloudflare. Let's see what the progress is. There was a problem. Couldn't find the CNAME record pointing Roger's polls to site Ludicrous Cloud. Okay. So now we just saw, let's look at this, right? So ludicrous cloud and then 166. So ludicrous cloud, all right, so this is 166. That's the one that we just looked at. All right, so ludicrous cloud, so there's another one, right? So they're both there already. So let's go ahead and retry this again and see what happens. Now you also have to keep this in mind. If you want to know how to build a website, you need to know all this stuff because you need to make this stuff work. So it's not working right now, but I'd have to go back in and change these or manipulate them somehow. I'm not sure what's going on, why it's not working, but they're right here. It's not like, I guess it's not finding them, or I'm not, maybe it's taking a couple minutes to do it or something. Maybe we have to go back and do it again. But you know, this technical stuff, it takes a little time, and you need to work at it in order to get it done right. And sometimes it doesn't work. And then you have to go back and manually do it. Alright? So, okay, so look. So, yay! Domain Rogers added successfully. And you just notice if we just had to keep on doing it. Okay, so we're going to connect this to the website that we were just working on, right? Travel consultant, right? And we're going to travel and put it onto there. So additional, we don't care. Set default. Let's just put it at the home page. Oh, by the way, these are all the pages. These are all the pages on the website that we are working on right now. So, okay, so I'm going to link the domain name to it. Right? Doesn't matter what this domain name is right now, because I can go back and change this anytime I want. Right? So, look, now we have Rogers Polls. Right? So now, if we go back, I'll be there in a minute, honey. Give me a couple minutes. Yeah, it's not connected right at this moment. But that's okay. It usually takes a couple minutes. Oh, it's not connected because it's not hosted. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's go, where are we here? Let's go back to the site. And that's not the right one. We're back here, Roger. Alright, so here, now we're going to connect. Oh, we're not going to be able to do that. Oh, add and edit. So we're going to go back and add and edit. And add this domain name to the website. And try to make it work. Alright, so Rogers Polls, right? Okay, so that's connected. Alright. So that's connected. Alright, and let's go and do that. No, it's not going to. Okay. So let's see what happens now. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. Might not work for me tonight. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. Alright. Now you got to remember that I've already paid for hosting services on this. So this is on my plan now. So this website address is connected to this travel domain name that we just made. This travel website that we just made. Right? And there's the website address right there. So it's connected. And I'm hosting it right now. So that's costing me money right now to have this up and on. But I'm showing you what it does and how it works. And that's basically how you get a website together. Alright? So that's lesson number 1 to creating a website. And there's a lot more to manipulating the website, going back in and making these changes, etc. And there's a lot of work to be done still to this website. This is just the beginning.